Okay, so let's do a little bit of review of function notation and plugging numbers into functions. So we're working with two different functions right now. We're working with f of x equals 3x and g of x equals x plus 5. And the problem we're trying to solve is f of 3 minus g of 2. Now this seems kind of daunting at first, but it's actually not too bad once you decipher it. And once we decipher it, it becomes pretty simple. So what it's actually saying is find the answer to f of 3, find the answer to g of 2, and then find the difference between the two. Subtract those. We know when we find f of 3 we're going to get a number. We know when we find g of 2 we're going to get a number. And once we just subtract those two numbers, we'll get our final answer. So let's do that. Let's start with f of 3. f of 3 is an instruction telling us to look at the f equation and replace every x with a 3. So let's do that right now. f of 3 is equal to 3 times 3. And that is equal to 9. And I'm going to write that in a different color just so we remember f of 3 is 9. And I just don't want to get confused because we're about to do the g equation. So next we have g of 2. That is an instruction to look at the g equation, replace every x with a 2. So that's going to be 2 plus 5, and that is equal to 7. And I wrote that in a different color again. Okay. So we can rewrite the entire original problem using our two answers right here. Okay. So f of 3 was 9. G of 2 was 7, so we can replace f of 3 with a 9. We keep that minus sign and replace the g of 2 with a 7. So now our problem went from kind of complicated to a very simple subtraction problem. 9 minus 7 equals 2, and that's our answer. So let's just rewrite it. F of 3 minus g of 2 is equal to 2. Alright, so all we did was find the answer to f of 3, find the answer to g of 2, and find the difference between the two. Alright? So over here we have two new equations, and one new problem. So we have f of x equals x plus 6, and g of x equals 2x squared plus x. And the problem is asking us to find f of 1 times g of 2. So what I want you to do is pause this video and try it yourself, and then we will do it together. So first try it yourself, and then press play and see if you got it right. Okay, so same deal as before. This is actually saying find the answer to f of 1, find the answer to g of 2, and then multiply those two answers together. So let's do it. F of 1 is equal to 1 plus 6. I replaced this x right here with this 1 right here. So that's going to give me, let me switch colors, that's going to give me 7. Let's go to the g of 2 equation. So g of 2 is telling us to replace every x we see with a 2. So let's see, g of 2 is equal to 2 times 2 squared plus 2. That is going to give us 2 times 4 plus 2. It's going to give us 8 plus 2, which is going to give us finally our answer, which is 10. Okay, so what that means, we can use these two numbers right here and rewrite this entire problem. We had f of 1, that was 7. We had g of 2, that was 10. So we're going to rewrite this as 7 times 10. And that, of course, is 70. So our final answer, f of 1 times g of 2 is equal to 70. I ran out of space there, but you get the picture. And that's how we do those simple function notation problems.